Good morning, Airclips viewers, here from the hotel lobby in Bilbao on an early flight now towards Munich back. It's usual you have a little coffee in the morning and you can have a little breakfast in the morning, and now we go to our plane, prepare everything. That's also part of the job, getting up in the morning early. But the good thing is, later on, approximately at 1 o'clock, we will be in Athens and we have time to relax. But you have to get up early in the morning. So let's go to the plane, prepare everything and fly back to Munich. My name today is Stefan Gutmorgen. I'm your first officer. Okay, I look old like a captain, but I'm still first officer for Lufthansa Airlines. And my captain, he's preparing already, it's Eric Roberts. Thank you.
Okay, good morning Airclips fan. As you can see, we made it now towards the airport of Bilbao. Ground handling is in progress, we have to prepare everything. Actually, our first bus with our passengers arrived already. Now it's time for me. I have to hurry up, check the airplane if everything is good. We did it already when we came. We inspected the airplane already, but now it's time for a close-up for every details. Let's go. We always do it in the same direction. We start here at the front right side, and then we just walk one time around the airplane. The most important part here in the beginning is always our little holes here, our static port. These are responsible for all our altitude and airspeeds and air data we receive in our airplane. We have to check that no little insects, especially here in Spain in summertime, sometimes little mosquitoes can come here into these holes, and then everything is difficult with our air data. So these are checked. Then we have the tires. Okay. Tires is same in a car. I only check when you have your winter cars. You also check if your profile is good. I check the same here. I check our damping system and the lights. Let's go to the engines. Engines actually is the same. When the airplane is a long time here in warm areas in summertime, you can also have to check if nothing, little birds or something can go in, and if there was no bird strike when the airplane arrived. I can see it on the phone plates that all the plates are not distracted somewhere. But here everything is good. And we have always to check underneath if everything is closed. It happened a few times for other airlines where it was closed by maintenance correctly. Okay, that was the engine. I go to the tires now again. The same. Tires are good, damping system okay, and our brakes. No leaks. You always have to check if something of hydraulic fluid or oil comes out. Nothing. Everything is good for the moment. And here we only check if no distractions. Okay, good. We go to the tail area for our APU system, that everything is working good here. Okay, everything is good. Let's go to the left tire. Again, we have our tires and our braking system. If you can see here, I can show you this. Here I can see that our brakes are still good condition and we have a lot of braking wear left. Okay, engine, and then we have to go in. As you can see, we have when the passengers are arriving here. Okay, good condition. Let's go. Everything is perfect. We can go now to Munich.
Okay, zero fuel weight, 58 tons, 0.7. So it's almost the same, 100 kilogram less. $66.5, so we can calculate 66.7.
We taxi out on our own here. The left turn out.
Torre de Jardineros, buenos días.
Yeah, okay.
Jardineros, buenos días.
Do we hear on the headset?
Estamos aquí en la plataforma norte junto a Bravo. Quisiéramos cruzar Bravo para realizar trabajos en el borde de la plataforma entre Bravo y Alfa 2.
Ready for briefing.
Muy bien, puedes cruzar la puerta Bravo. Copiado de autoridad, si nos permites, ya nos apartamos nosotros cuando vengan los tráficos.
Departure briefing, Eric?
Perfecto.
Go ahead.
Yes, our aircraft is technical in a good condition, nothing special. Depending on the traffic situation, we prepared both runways. Runway 1, 2 preferred is runway 30, depends on air traffic control, as I said. We planned now with runway 30, so we have a zero fuel weight currently for, not currently, we have a zero fuel weight of 58 tons, 0.7. 8 ton block fuel that's in our tank, that means 66.5 takeoff weight, and we calculated with 66.7.
16 y luego a cabecera 12, a la zona de obra.
Muy bien, pues por el momento podéis.
Okay. So can we compare our calculations, Eric? For runway 30, I calculate with light and variable winds, so that is the reason why you have difference. Look at me, please. Look at here. I have 36, 36, 40 with flaps 2. And the speeds, yeah, as I said. And noise abatement departure procedure 2 with flex 35. Schoma clearance jetzt. Yeah?
Yep.
Tower, hello again. This is now Lufthansa. Hello, for mic request.
Hello, go ahead.
Hello, are we ready for engine start?
Yes, both engines are clear. We wait.
Short runway 30 is not available now. ¿Cuánto tiempo necesitáis en la cabecera?
Pues nada, 2-3 minutos y si no abandonaríamos por Delta 1.
Vale, podéis entrar.
Copiado por Charlie 3 y por Charlie 6 a cabecera 12.
Okay, Pamplona 1 Hotel, so we change our calculations. It's runway 12 with calm winds done. Do we have figures there already? 34, 34, 38. Okay, will be a toga takeoff. Now I know. Noise abatement departure. Yeah, that's correct. Noise abatement departure 2. So can we compare the figures?
Yes.
I have 34, 34, 38, flaps 2, toga and acceleration in 2200. Green dot 218. Load sheet number 2. Did she set something because of this? 33, 66, 5. No changes, I think.
Okay.
Okay. So takeoff. So the departure route will be now Pamplona 1 Hotel, runway 12. It's a conventional departure via the point Lucap, and then we do. Lucap is at 8 DME Bravo Lima Victor, and then we do a right turn, intercept radio 123 of Bravo Lima Victor to Chegam, and then we follow Malop Pamplona. 7% up to 5,000 feet with 2 engines, no problem, and departure frequency 127.450, climb initially 80 and restricted at Lucap minimum 3,200 feet. In our FMS, it's Lucap as flyover waypoint, and then we intercept the course of 123 to Chegam, Malap, Pamplona 80, and we got the squawk of 4512. Route is checked, Raten after dem Bravo Lima Victor, Pamplona, and EOSID we fly 9.1 Bravo Lima Victor at 2,200 feet acceleration, engine secured, but we have to turn to the left on course 031. Passing radius 101, Bravo Lima Victor, left turn to Bravo, and I would suggest climb, I don't know, it's 4,000 feet, and MSA in the beginning is 7,000 feet.
Okay. Yeah, stop mark
Startup.
around 600 meters.
I asked for startup, yeah?
Yes, please.
7161 autorizado a aterrizar pista 12. Como la comentaba mi compañera, pues hay viento de cual al parecer hasta unos 200 pies. Para superficie 090, 8 nudos. Copia 7161.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, request startup.
0 for Mike, startup, approved.
Startup, okay.
Before start checkers.
Before start, gear pins covers, removed signs,
1 hour 2.
ADIS,
No.
fuel quantity,
7,980 kilograms.
altimeters,
1013, 140.
130 down to the line,
No.
windows, doors,
Closed.
closed, beacon, parking brake, and mobile.
So ground ready for engine start.
FM, both engines are clear.
Thank you. Engine start. Engine
2. Engine 2 done in.
Yep. And engine number 1.
So correct one is clear. 1 turn in.
Airplane for taxi, handling left or right hand side, and pleasant day, hasta luego.
Okay, to good start, I prepare for taxi. I see you in front of the airport video. Okay, good luck. Cheers.
Cheers. After start flow. Flight control check.
Full down. Full up. Neutral. Full right. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Full left. Neutral.
After start checklist.
Europa 7161, ruede por Alfa 2 al 2.
After start.
Alfa 2 al 2.
Anti-Eis.
Off.
ECAM-Status.
Check.
Trim.
20.8% set 0.
Und Mobile.
Off.
After start checklist complete.
Then request taxi please.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, request taxi.
Passa 0 for Mike, stop.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, confirm restart taxi.
Negative. Stand by, there is traffic now entering by Alpha. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Ah ja, inside. Thank you. We are waiting here.
So we do a left turn out and then we expect Alpha 2 Tango.
Yeah. Let me check on my phone.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, taxi via Alpha 2 to Charlie.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike via Alpha 2 for Charlie 6. Thank
Clear
you.
left.
Clear right side. Pressure 0. Before takeoff, flight controls
Checked.
checked. Flaps 2. Takeoff speeds flex
134, 134, 138 and flex no half toga power.
134, 134, 138. Toga. EK Memo
Takeoff. No blue.
down to the line.
This departure route is beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's more or less like the arrival yesterday. So we'll fly in between the mountains.
Yeah.
So, short review.
Yeah. So nothing changed. It's we received clearance for Pamplona 1 Hotel, flight level 80, and our squawk is set. It's more or less straight out departure route. We're going to intercept course 123 later on of Bravo Lima Victor. In case of engine failure, engine fire, we have 9.8 Bravo Lima.
Mike, wind 080.7 knots, clear for takeoff, runway 12.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, thank you very much, clear takeoff, runway 12. 9.8 left term course 031, and then we intercept course towards Bravo. Takeoff runway.
Runway 12, full length, Toga takeoff.
Toga, yeah, it's special. Runway 12, full length. And PEX.
All engines.
For takeoff check is complete.
Approach sector is clear. Cleared for takeoff, rolling takeoff.
Yeah, wind comes front of us.
Linear 501 Bravo,
Headwind.
buenos días. Me notifica al norte del campo sobre UNB, QNH 1014.
Con 1014 notificaré sobre un QNH 501 Bravo.
You have control.
I have control.
Takeoff.
Man, Toga, SAS, Runway, Autos, Rast, Blue.
Cross-sets.
Checked.
V1, rotate. Positive.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Nav. Tailwind.
Yeah. Good recovery.
Climb. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Thrust climb. Alt Blue, Autos, Rast. 25. 25 knots. Flap 0.
Speed check. Flaps 0.
Bilbao de Boeing 14 que desperta. Bueno, 14 que desperta, Bilbao, buenos días, puesta en marcha, aprobada, pista en uso 1-2, viento 080 grados, 8 grados, temperatura 9, rocío 8, QNH 1014, listo, copiar. 14 que desperta, Barcelona, salida Pamplona 1, hotel nivel 080, responder 6630.
Estamos aterrizados a Barcelona, vía Pamplona 1 hotel por la 1-2, QNH 1014, 080 inicial y responder 6630, bien Boeing 14.
Okay, 3200.
Estamos listos para puesta en marcha y retroceso.
Euro 4 que desperta, puesta en marcha, retroceso, aprobada, utilización correcta.
Puesta en marcha y retroceso aprobados en el México, Boeing 14 que desperta.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike and call marine control, correct approach, Bilbao, approach 127.45. Flight, adiós. Lufthansa, please say again.
Strong tailwind. Directly after them.
Lufthansa fleet, tailwind at 35 knots. Thank you for the information. Bye-bye.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, buenos días, radar contact, continue climbing flight to level 140.
Gleich. Das ist nicht so wichtig erstmal. Standard 7.4. Okay, thrust climb, open climb, alt blue and autopilot 2. Ja, Center Tank leading here.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, you may proceed direct to LaTeX.
Thank you. Okay, LaTeX.
Lufthansa 04 Mike, continue climbing flight level 200, 200.
Lufthansa 04 Mike, climb land at 200.
Vueling 26 Tango Sierra, viene toma llave torre 185. Hasta luego.
185, hasta luego.
Lufthansa 04 Mike, for Haria call Madrid radar 124, decimal 875. Hasta luego.
Lufthansa 04 Mike, 124, 875, slow go down. Radar, good morning, Lufthansa 04 Mike, fast flight 135, climbing 200.
Lufthansa 04 Mike, radar contact, climb flight level 300.
Lufthansa 04 Mike, climb flight level 300.
Okay, I'm in again.
Yeah, okay. Good morning again, dear Airclips fans. As you can see, we did it up in the air on our flight here from Bilbao to Munich. I'm the pilot flying, and maybe some information about our takeoff. Today we are fully booked. Maybe we have a long weekend, so all passengers go into a little holiday, so it's approximately 150 economy guests and 12 business class guests. And depending on the situation at the airport, and if you can see it maybe here in Bilbao, there are a lot of mountains, and all our takeoffs are calculated like that we say, okay, if something happens and one engine quit, we should be able, with all the passengers and all the cargo, to continue flying only with one engine. And you can imagine, with so many mountains, it's not easy for one engine, and so that was the reason today. Our performance calculation said we need Toga takeoff, so all power what the engine can produce, we need it for this takeoff. And now we did climb to our cruising altitude today. It's 34,000 feet, 10,400 meters. And the routing today is, first of all, Bilbao. We cross a little bit the Pyrenees, and then we do a big travel across the French airspace via Toulouse, and then we continued via Lyon. Currently we're in the vicinity of Lyon, and then we fly towards Switzerland airspace, say hello there, via Geneva and Zurich. And then finally we reach our German airspace, and we will pass towards Lake of Constance, Lake Starnberg and Munich Airport. For our cruising speed today is very good. We have 480 knots on ground speed. That means we do 8 miles per minute, 15 kilometers per minute. So far about our let's say, performance of our flight today. So maybe we have a short view now on our airplane system. Some of you maybe know lots of stuff about cockpits already, so just take it as a repeat. And for those of you who are new into this cockpit flights, let's have a short overview. For sure this is easy. We can control with our side stick our airplane, left and right, as you can also play at home with some Microsoft simulator, it's the same. And then our most important instruments, we have double the captain side and the co-pilot sides. We have our so-called primary flight display, so I can see always everything I needed, how fast I am, I'm climbing, not climbing, and how high I am. And also the compass is implemented here into this system. Here we have our navigation display, our map. So you can imagine you have a map, or when you open your Google Maps, that's the same, but only transferred just in front of me. Important, I always have into my mind the same for the captain. And here these two instruments we share. It's our engine instrument panel. As you can assume already, we have two sides, for the left engine and for the right engine, and it always says how much power the engine at the moment generates, and what temperatures in the engine and stuff like that. We control the engines with our thrust levers, one for the right engine, one for the left engine. Forward is more power and backwards is less. And here is our flight management system. As I said, we have here a map, and with this flight management system we tell the airplane where we want to fly, and then the system produces a picture here onto the screen, and it's flying it via the autopilot. So programming where we're going to fly with the flight management system, and here the autopilot is flying this, what we put into the system. For sure we can also control the autopilot what we want to do. We can use the flight management system for flying with autopilot, we can also do it by ourselves. It's easier now just to fly and follow the flight management system, because all the highways we programmed we should fly by air traffic control, but that's what they told us. And last but not least, we have our overhead panel. With our overhead panel I can control all the systems of our airplanes. Some are only used, let's say, for our passengers. We have an air conditioning panel. I can control how warm or how cold it is in the cabin. And for sure, if something happens and we have an abnormal situation, we can control and switch on our redundant systems we have into our airplane. If you have an emergency or some abnormal situation and you're getting a little bit excited, the system helps you to stay calm, and you always see, and we start also an abnormal system like air conditioning panel, electric panel, fuel panel and hydraulics. Every abnormal we start like that to make sure we are in a correct system where we want to switch something. And some switches are guarded, so that's very important. Some of the switches, if we should do, if we would switch them not correctly, it could be even worse when we have an abnormal situation. So all the guarded switches we have to always double check with the captain or with the co-pilot, that always 4 eyes check before we switch one of these systems. So overhead panel with all the systems, and yeah, these two little things are most important. You can, it says already engine 1 and engine 2. For sure with these little switches we switch on, or sometimes also off if something happens, our engines. Airclips fans. We are still in our cruise flight, currently in the vicinity of Zurich in Switzerland. That means we have to prepare slowly our approach into Munich. For this we have always here our electronic flight folder and our electronic flight bag, where we have all data we need for the preparation of our flight. In former times we had all our approach charts in a big box, and you can imagine with an A320 we fly about 130 airports and we need all the alternate airports. So we had here on every flight 50 kilograms only paper for all the charts. One disadvantage was it was very heavy, that cost fuel, and we always carry all the maps everywhere. And the other disadvantage was if we need something, we have to go back, take all the charts out and look for our emergency airport where we want to land. So nowadays we have everything here digital, and it starts always, we have our, let's say, manual. Every airplane has a manual how to use our plane. So if we need to know something, we can just, let's say here, standard operating procedures. I can check if I forget what will not happen, how to handle our airplane. Then we have always everything about our flight. We call it briefing package. Let's say on this page currently are our NOTAMs, so notification to airmen. I'm an airman in this position. So we check if something does not work at the airport of Munich. Sometimes they have to repair something and the landing system is inoperative. So they're going to tell me via these NOTAMs, today you cannot expect to land with an instrument landing system or something like that. Then we have also, that's good for our landing, we need to check, okay, what weather conditions do I have of the airport of Munich? Is it raining or not? Do we have tailwinds or not? And then we put all the systems, the pressure, the temperature, the wind into the system. We put, very important, our weight into the system. And then we see how long the runway needs to be, how many landing distance we're gonna need. You can imagine if we are not that heavy, it goes faster until we come to a stop. With a very heavy airplane, it takes longer. So I put everything into the system and also the expected runway. And today it says to me, if I use my auto brake medium, I can select it. It will take approximately 1,600 meters. For sure, in Munich we have 4,000 meters. It's no problem. It's even more important. The smaller the runway, the more accurate needs to be the calculation. And then we have also all our checklists here in digital, and all our let's say our map, our highway and runway airway system, where we can check where we have to fly. And then we leave the highway system also with this map chart, and then we can choose the approach chart into Munich. Let's see, and then we're gonna prepare. If we have that, I can see now the instrument landing system approach for Munich, and with this starts also our approach preparation. First of all, we put everything into the system. We explained already that the aircraft knows where we want to go and what kind of approach we want to fly, and then we check it here that the system is working correct, and then we do the approach preparation and the briefing that both pilots are on the same information level, what will happen when we go on a land. So now we start with our preparation. We still have a little time in our cruising flight. Maybe I use this time to encourage you also to apply maybe for school, the pilot school for one of the Lufthansa group airlines. You know what I think is, I
finished my middle school and I was working in a 9 to 5 shop as a forwarding agent in the beginning, and it was not that I started with a private pilot license, that I was always outside at the airports and watching airplanes how they operate at the airports. No, I started my higher degree of school parallel with my working time, and then I studied law. So law is not the perfect precondition here for a pilot job. And I studied economics. I did not finish it for sure, but I studied it. And I even worked 2 years in a hospital. So hospital is also not the classical, let's say, path how to get a pilot. And then it was always difficult to start the pilot school, because the eyes should be perfect. I don't know, it was -1 or +1 dioptrine which were allowed. And now the regulation changed. I mean, I don't know if you see, but I also fly with lenses. My eyes are also, I have -2, -3, I don't know. But it's easy. And then I realized, wow, I could apply for pilot because I have my higher degrees of school, and now the medical regulations changed. It's not that you have to be a Top Gun without any problems of the teeth. It changed. And then I applied, and the good thing is, if you finish the school for the Lufthansa aviation training, everybody can apply who has the exams. It's not that you need connections to the airlines. You just apply, try your best for the test, and then you can start on the school. At the school. And what I also very much like, when you work in one of these airlines, the bigger the airlines, the more possibilities you have to work besides. You don't have to work always as a pilot, because it's nice as a pilot, but you have always a chance to work in the office as well. You can do in flight operations, you can you can do risk assessments for the airfields. You can work as a instructor. You can train the new students in the simulator. You can do seminars and train how to work together in the cockpit, the flight attendants and the pilots. So what I like, the job is very, you have various possibilities. A pilot does not always mean you always have to work as a pilot. There are always other jobs as well with what you can connect.
Level 270 to Riyadh. You have control.
I have control. Noch 20 Minuten, Sascha, ja? Ja, ist schön jetzt hier. Hier ist irgendwie noch der Bodensee, ist ein bisschen zu erkennen. Und ich glaube, jetzt müssen wir da an Neuschwanstein vorbeikommen, oder? Ja. Also, wenn man es erkennen kann.
Alles zu Diesig.
Ja, ja. Nein, ist schön. Kann sein, dass Erik und ich aussteigen, dann machen wir eine Fahrradtour zum Starnberger See. Bis später.
Lufthansa 04 Mike, proceed to Diesel. Bravo Kilo Mike November, guten Tag, identified.
Approach briefing, Erik?
Oh yes, go ahead please.
Yes. Woo. Okay, we entered German airspace. Weather condition, the weather is very good. So our first choice is Munich Airport with 2 separate runways, so diversion is unlikely. For the descent at the moment, if we not turn to the right, direct towards our airport, then we can go down already towards 5,000 feet. Nav accuracy I checked already with Delta Mike Sierra. Nav accuracy is high. And we have no status. The airplane is technical in a good, perfect condition. Current fuel situation, we plan to gonna land with 1.3 tons of extra fuel. That means 30 minutes, so we can do one go around and then still decide what to do.
Mike, descent flight level 120 to be diesel enter.
So, fuel and no holding expected, and our approach, most probably we can expect runway 08 right in Munich. We'll start at 5,000 feet. Final course is 080, glide path 3 degrees. At 4.1 DME we have a final altitude of 2,780 feet. Minimum inserted 1,690 feet. In case of go around, we're gonna fly 1 mile Delta Mike Sierra over fly waypoint and 1,900 feet. Right turn direct Munich VOR, climb 5,000 feet. Runway in Munich is 4,000 meters long. Dry conditions, so we use idle reverse, auto brake off, and we're gonna leave the runway to the left, maybe at the end, depends on air traffic situation at the airport. RAT nav page, I put Delta Mike Sierra on VOR 1, Munich VOR on VOR 2, on ADF 2 Mike Sierra Echo beacon, and on ADF 1 Mike Sierra Whiskey beacon. Questions?
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ja.
Da muss Schwanstein irgendwo sein.
Route 427, higher level Swiss radar 132815.
2815 to photograph you.
Swiss, also 0 for Mike, arrival 120775. So?
Seatbelts on.
Lufthansa 09 Yankee, hello, identified climb flight level 90. 09 Yankee, climb level 90. Lufthansa 0 for Mike, hello, identified descent flight level 110. Lufthansa 35 November 10.
Flight level 110.
Liga 31 Mike, climb flight level 150. Climb there 150, Liga 31 Mike. Liga 31 Mike, contact München 133.680, klar. 33680, Liga 31 Mike.
Sieht schon immer schön aus hier, ne?
Ehrlich.
Das bleibt auch so, ne?
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, turn left heading 040.
Geil. Super, thank you. Heading.
Yeah, looks like straight in.
Yeah, looks like straight in.
Direct big radial in.
Lufthansa 1964, climb flight level 100. 50. Lufthansa 1964, climb flight level 100.
Approachphase is activated.
Flight level 90. Flight level 90, Lufthansa 09 Yankee, proceed direct to
So, we have here
And start work.
964, climb flight level 150.
Yeah.
multi-sea area.
Multi-sea area of Bavaria.
3368, Lufthansa 964. Lufthansa 88 Hotel, climbing flight level 70. Lufthansa 88 Hotel, hello, identified, climb flight level 190. Lufthansa 88 Hotel, climbing flight level 190. Taram prima.
What do you think, boss?
Lufthansa 09 Yankee, contact München 133.680.
Switching off the autopilot.
680, Lufthansa 09 Yankee, ciao.
Well, dear viewers, have to be very strong now.
Okay, 2000. Manual thrust, manual flight, both flight directors off.
Mike, descent flight level 80. Lufthansa 88 Hotel, free speed landing to Kirching. Lufthansa 88 Hotel.
Yeah, flight level 80.
Lufthansa 4 units from Papa, turn right heading 030.
So, dear viewers, if you feel dizzy, get an arousal or anything else which could be related to his flight style, Just switch off. Bye-bye. I have to bear it.
Manage speed, Captain.
Lufthansa Zero for Mike, turn right, heading 060.
Oh.
Lufthansa 4 unit from Papa, descend flight level 110.
Lufthansa 4 unit from Papa, descend level 110.
Arrival German 5754, descending flight level 140 with information chart.
Activity 5754, good morning, identified information Charlie, correct. Lufthansa 0 for Mike, arrival 127 decimal 9050. Lufthansa 4 uniform Papa, arrival 127 decimal 9050.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, now again identified, speed 240 knots, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Okay, altimeters. 9,200, 1015. 5,000 feet. Speed 240 is correct.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, turn left heading 300.
Confirm destination Munich.
Identified, runway 08 right.
Augsburg ahead.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, turn right heading 360, descend at 2,000 feet per minute or greater.
5,000 feet. 8 nautical miles seems to be the correct glide slope.
127,950, Swiss 13 Yankee, please.
Copy, get sight of 920 Delta.
Airport 920 Delta, roger.
So as we have best flight conditions ever, almost no wind, clear, dry clear runway, 4 kilometers length,
Yeah.
we expect a landing, best ever.
Correct. This puts the pressure in the system. Gear down, Captain.
Gear down. Anything else would be disappointing.
Some gusting winds at the moment here.
Well, let's see how he handles the pressure.
Flaps 3.
Recheck, flaps 3.
Airport 920 Delta, wind 090 degrees, 1 knots, runway
Flaps full.
clear for takeoff.
Speed check,
Airport
flaps
8 right, Airport 920 Delta.
132. One on top.
Yeah. Landing checklist.
He can be
Landing no blue. That looks good for maybe long
looks like
rollout.
long rollout will be approved,
Yeah.
which includes a long landing flare, I guess.
We will see.
1000.
Checked. Runways ahead.
Checked. Inside.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, long rollout to the Cape Bravo 12 approved, wind 08 degrees, 1 knots, runway 08 right, clear to land.
Danke.
And appreciate.
Hast du Danke gesagt?
Appreciated, er will das hinten rausnehmen.
Ja, was? Achso.
Well, viewers, the touchdown will be so soft. I will inform you when we are on the ground, as you will not recognize it.
Airport 920 Delta, contact departure 127, decimal 950, bye-bye.
27950.
Minimum.
Continue.
Retard.
Dear viewers, we are on the ground.
You have control.
for Mike, apron 3, tschüss.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, tschüss. Apron 3, guten Morgen, Lufthansa 0 for Mike, Sierra 9, Blue Line.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, hello, continue Oscar 3 Blue Line to stand 301 Bravo.
Lufthansa 0 for Mike, we taxi via Oscar 3 Blue Line for stand 301 Bravo.
Jawohl.
Apron 3 Lima Charlie, request taxi.
3 Lima Charlie, taxi Orange Line, Sierra 9.
Taxi Orange Line, Sierra 9 Roses, Lima Charlie.
Okay, 301 Bravo, A320. Right side is clear. APU is available.
Lufthansa 4 unit from Papa, Sierra 9. Lufthansa 4 unit from Papa, hello. Taxi straight ahead. Stay on the blue line here, then the orange for stand 512 and the master will pass you. Straight ahead, blue, orange, stand 512, Lufthansa 4 unit from Papa.
Well done, Junior Partner. Checklist. Running, engines, radar predicted windshield system, fuel pumps, parking brake, parking checklist,